We're going to do some things that most people didn't know that you could do. We're going to go against a lot of things that we have been taught. So here we are, folks. I need you to say if you've heard of what's called a sinking fund. Is a fund that you're putting aside in the bank account so that you can have money for emergency situations, like a sinking fund for something that breaks in your house. So the hot water heater goes out, or I have to fix a window. Do you know, with the new windows that they have now, I've got a triple window in my kitchen. I got a triple window in my kitchen, and I've got the double pane glass. Well, somehow one of the panes got broken, got cracked. And I didn't realize that there was gas inside the two panes to help insulate my house. Well, when I found out, I said, when that got broken, I said, well, I got to get that repaired. Did you know they couldn't fix just the one part? I couldn't have that one part replaced. I had to take out the entire system of 3 windows and replace it for one cracked pane. Oh my gosh. So you do want to have some money available to fix it. But what type of money? That is going to be the key. You need to know that all of your money should be treated as liquidity so that you can level up. So let's just say I was watching on the internet a young lady who has about 9 different sinking funds for different reasons. And in one of those sinking funds was at least $18,000. Very proud of the fact that she had $18,000 in cash to pay for something. And why? Because she didn't want to put anything on her credit card. She wanted to use the cash. So we're going to show you the reason why it could be to your benefit to fix stuff around the house, to use other people's money as your emergency fund and not your cash. Use your cash for something else. Use your credit as your emergency fund. I'm going to show you the benefit of that in this final hour. All right. So we're talking about liquidity. Liquidity is any money that you have access to, whether it is on a line of credit or it is cash in the bank or cash in your pocket. Let me ask you something. Between the cash you have in the bank, the cash you have in your pocket, all right, and the credit card you have in your pocket, you need to buy something that's worth $10. Can you buy it with the $10 in your pocket? That $10 is worth $10. Can you buy it with $10 you have in the bank? Yeah, you can. Can you buy it with $10 you have on your credit card? Yeah, you can. Which one out of all 3, which one costs you the most amount of money? Which one has the higher cost? Your cash or your credit? Cash in the bank or your credit card? Which one has the higher cost? Does anybody want to venture a guess to which one has the higher cost? Oh my goodness. So here's what we got. So let me put something on the screen here. We're going to still use that $200,000 mortgage that we were using before at 6%. Okay. Here is the mortgage payment. And we're going to pull up another amortization schedule. All right. So we've got an amortization schedule. And we'll go here, and then we're going to put in a $5,000 repair, okay? $5,000 repair on a 27% credit card. All right, there we go. There it is. Okay, so we have a $5,000 repair. All right, we've got $5,000 cash in the bank. We have several $1,000s cash in the bank. All right. But we have a $5,000 repair. Is it cheaper to pay for that repair with your cash or with your credit card? Do I have any guesses right now? Somebody come to the stage and talk to me or put it in the chat. Which is cheaper to handle that $5,000 repair? Is it cheaper to use my cash or is it cheaper to use my credit card? Should we be using sinking funds to take care of this, or can we learn how to use credit cards responsibly and powerfully to pay for stuff? Anybody want to take a guess? All right. Somebody says cash. You've been in my room before. Okay. The cash is more expensive. Thank you, Lisa. Okay. That's Lisa Ivy coming up with the right answer. Your cash is more expensive when you keep that cash in the bank. Number one, it's making like 0.1% to keep all that cash in the bank. And the reason why we keep that cash in the bank, we've been told you don't want to use your credit, you want to use cash. Let me point this out, and I want to be very clear because we've got the replays on, because somebody's going to take a piece of what I said and twist it. Credit is for people who have resources. If you have money, then use credit. If you don't have money, leave those credit cards alone. Credit cards are for people who have money, who have resources that can pay them off at any time. Do not use your credit cards for buying stuff that you don't have the money to buy. Okay? I mean, talk about stuff that eventually is going to get old and you throw away. Credit cards are for people who have resources. So please, when somebody comes back to you and said, Don said, always use credit cards. Credit cards are better than cash. And he's saying that even if you don't have the cash, go ahead. And no, I'm not saying that at all. All right. So remember, I've got a $5,000 repair. All right. And let me take a look at this $5,000 repair. And I'm putting it on my credit card. And people are doing, says, listen, Don, why put it on a credit card? It's going to cost you a lot of money. Even at 27%, I deliberately chose a high interest rate because people see a high interest rate and they're saying, that is killing you. All right. Number one, let me show you what this really means. I'm going to put a calculator on the screen so you can understand what's really going on here. Okay. 27, okay, divided by 12 equals 2.25. So what's really going on is that you're being charged 2.25% each month on the unpaid balance, not 27% a month. It's only 2% a month. That's what that means. 2.25% a month. So when you see 27% on $5,000, don't freak out, because what we react to are the words. We're not reacting to the numbers. All right, folks. So 2.25%. So watch what happens here. So in the very first payment, I need you to see the interest only payment. It's $112.50. This is how much interest you're paying per month to put a $5,000 expenditure on your card. And somebody says $112 a month. Don, that's a lot of money. Yeah, well, it all depends. It depends. Is it a lot of money in one sense, or is it a lot of money in another sense? All right. So listen, folks, here's what you need to think about. If you choose not to pay something in one place, all you're doing is choosing to pay it in another. But we don't look at every other thing. We don't look at opportunity cost. I need you to write that down and look it up. Opportunity cost. When it comes to liquidity, we need to understand that all of our funds are fungible. Fungible. Fungible.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.